Hey guys, Evil829 here, back again with the Special Edition Warhammer 40k Battle Report. We're recording to you live from the Legionary Library. We're participating in a dual tournament. It's a 1250 Fantasy and 1250 40k tournament. DJ's back here with the rest of the Cellar Dwellers crew. They're going to be playing mostly in the 40k. Chad and I are going to be playing, or they're going to be playing Fantasy. Chad and I are going to be playing in the 40k.
Real man's game.
Real man's game right there. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what's going on.
Okay, so I wanted to run down my army list here real quick. We're getting ready to get started, but this is basically a chopped down version of my 1850. Running a Destroyer Lord, Ceremonial Weave, and what else has he got? He's got the War Scythe and Mind Shackle Scarabs. 2 5-man race squads, each of them got 3 whip coils each. 2 Annihilation Barges, and 3 5-man warrior squads, all buttoned up inside Night Slice. That's 1,245 points. Looks like we're going to try to squeeze out 4 rounds today, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so round 1, I'm playing Matt, who I haven't played in like 2 years. He's playing Chaos Demons over there. He's got a couple of squads of Flamers, a couple of squads of Screamers, and some Pink Horrors, and of course my favorite Big Bird. I've got first turn, which I've deployed basically here and here. Moving on to my turn 1. So basically on turn 1, I did nothing. I'm basically button up over here, trying to keep him to, if he decides to deep strike in, to mishap. So he's getting ready to see who's all coming in his preferred wave, and we'll go on to his turn 1. Okay, so Matt, after turn 1, basically dropped his Flamers over here, ended up taking 2 hull points off the Annihilation Barge. Between Flamers and 2 squads of Pink Horrors over here, he ended up taking a hull point off of the Annihilation Barge, killed 1 Wraith, and got 1 down to 1 wound. And I think that was about it. His Big Bird's sitting here, and his Screamers are sitting over there. Let's see how many Flyers come in and change this game. Okay, so end of my turn 2, basically between Annihilation Barges here, and 2 of the Night Slice that deep struck in here. We annihilated that the Flamer squad that was here. That one's down to 1. These guys charge into the Pink Horror squad here and wipe them out. These guys charge over here. There's 1 over there. And the Annihilation Night Slice over here took 3 wounds off that Screamer squad. Moving on to Matt's turn 2. Okay, so Matt had probably one of the worst deep striking moves I've ever seen in my life. 2 of his units, his Blue Scribe was here and fell off the table and died. He had a unit of Flamers that came over here and died. 1 unit is still back in reserve, and the other one mishapped way over there. He brought his Screamers over here to take my guys out. He's down to 1 Screamer, and Big Bird took some shots at my Flyers and missed. Moving on to my turn. Okay, so the end of my 3rd turn basically finished up over here. That Pink Horror is dead. Between a whole bunch of shots with the Annihilation Barges, oh, that Flamer there is dead. Lord Squad went in, Mind Shackle scared Big Bird, knocked him down to enough wounds. He failed his leadership, and he's off the board. So basically he is down to that unit over there, a unit of Screamers in reserve, and 2 units of Flamers, or Pink Horrors in reserve. Moving on to Matt's 3rd turn. Okay, so Matt's 3rd turn is done. He had 1 unit mishap. Again, this has been a bad game for mishap for him. Pink Horrors came in and took out 2 of the race. Screamers came in over here and just kind of hung out, and then he moved those guys back there. Moving on to my 4th turn. Okay, so at the end of my 4th turn, between a volley of shots here, the Pink Horror is dead. Race came over here between some shots from the Night Scythe and the race going in. They wiped up the Screamer squad. All he's got that is that in the back, and then 1 squad in reserve, which is going to automatically come on this turn. Moving on to Matt's turn. Alright, so Matt earned himself a moral victory. His Screamers came in and took out that last race, so he did kill 1 unit. He moved over here and threw some shots into my Lord squad, put a wound on him. We're moving on to my turn 5. Alright, so my 5th and final turn turned out to be the fatal one. Basically, I dropped all my warriors off on here, blasted the Pink Horrors off, and took the objective. Lord squad went over there and wiped up that squad. Matt officially has no more models on the table. Matt, I'm telling you, the deep strike mishaps are what killed you, dude. They killed you. Alright.
I got a model left on the table.
Have a good one. That was my round 1. I'm going to take a second here to show the Cellar Dweller turnout for the fantasy one. We got Tom, we got Rich, we got Sean, DJ's over there.
Your other guys are all.
It's an actual, honest to God, fantasy tournament going on. Okay, so round 1 eval. Matt, when you get a chance to watch this, I'm really sorry. I really am. He had 3 units that mishapped and killed themselves. So he wasn't really in, most of his army wasn't even in the game. The Blue Scribe killed itself. His HQ flew off the board. It was just a bad overall matchup, I think. He played well, but first win in, we'll see how it goes. Alright, here it's going to be legendary battle between TJ and I. He's running Tyranids. Swarm Lord, Gaunts, Gene Stealers up there holding the objective, and of course 3 Turbogons over there. A couple of Hive floating out over there too. TJ's got first turn. Basically, I buttoned up over in the corner over here. Flyers are off the board. Swarm Lord did not get Iron Arm, but everyone else did, so it should be interesting. TJ's turn 1. Alright, so TJ basically pooped out some more Gaunts. This one here is pooped out, can't do any more. But basically, he just moved his whole army forward and ran. Tried firing off the toughness test Biomancer skill, but it did nothing over here. I'm sorry, Hemorrhage, thank you. On to my turn. Alright, so I kind of did a strategic advance in the opposite direction. Fired some shots into the Broodlord squad and did nothing. He was making cover saves all day long. Moving on to his turn 2. Alright, so TJ's going to do some runs over here, but basically he fired a couple of shots and did the Hemorrhage on the couple units, but to no avail. He did spit out 2 more Gaunts, 2 more Gaunt squads, but this one also pooped out, so he's only got 1 left. This has got Iron Arm, that's got Iron Arm, so that one back there failed its Iron Arm, so that might be target priority number 1 for the first round. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so my second turn, all 3 of my Night Sights came on thanks to my Warlord trait. Long and short, I fired a ton of shots into the Turbogon, ended up having to go into close combat with the race, ended up killing it. It exploded and took a whole bunch of Gaunts out over there. Over here, I basically charged into a squad of Gaunts. I figured they were going to charge me anyway, so I might as well get in there. Took them out. Moving on to TJ's. We're in turn 4 already. Turn 3. TJ. Alright, so TJ had a pretty devastating turn here. Basically, the Swarm Lord and the Turbogon charged in here, took out the Lord in a couple of raids. He charged down here with everything in Gaunts. We made a really good charge roll and some Gene Stealers. Wiped out the race squad here. We're moving on to my third turn. Okay, so my turn 4, basically I fired some shots over here and it kind of arced and arced and arced. Took some models out over here, took some models out over here, took some models out over here. We're moving on to TJ's turn 5. Or turn 4, I'm sorry. Alright, so TJ's turn 4 was a quick one. He took some shots over here at the Annihilation Barge and did nothing. Fired into here at the Night Scythe and did nothing, and cleaned up my last Wraith. I need a tactics change or I'm pretty much out of this one. Alright, so my turn 4, I did some cleaning out. He's only toughness and strength 8. Basically all the Gaunts and Gene Zero squads are gone here. There's a little 3-man squad down here and a little small squad over here. He's got his Hive Guard left. I did manage to put another wound on the Swarm Lord. Basically my warriors all got out. I need to fight for this or I'm going to lose it. So his turn. Alright, so TJ basically did some charges and took out most of my warriors. We kind of basically exchanged troop choices. Moving on to my turn. Okay, this bloodbath has really come down to it. TJ's down to 1 troop choice, which is that Turbogon right there. I'm down to 2.
He is taking no wounds.
Neither one of them taking. What's that? It's
their toughness 9.
It's a toughness 9 thing that's killing me. Basically, he has a Swarm Lord left. He has a Turbogon here, which is an HQ, and a Turbogon there. That's pretty much all he's got left. I've got 2 Annihilation Barges and 3 Flyers. I've still got 2 troop choices. Maybe I can pull it out on this one. I doubt it. DJ's turn 5. It didn't even dawn on me until I pulled it off.
Matter at this point.
Anyway, so TJ's turn 5, basically he cleaned up all of my scoring units. He still has a Swarm Lord here, Turbogon sitting on the objective, but that's all he's got left. I gave him a damn hell of a good fight. I've got 1 more turn. I'm going to try to kill that strength toughness 9 thing, but it's not going to happen. Moving on. Okay, so I'm playing Sarah in round 3. Still reeling after my loss to TJ, who gets to play Chad over there. We'll see how they do. Basically, we're doing the cut down the middle for the deployment. I've got first turn. She's got Chaos Space Marines there, Noise Marines, Oblitz, some Havocs, Predator, and an empty Rhino. I deployed over here, here, and here. Would you like to see if you can steal? Do you want to try to steal the initiative? She did not. Moving on to my turn. Okay, so my turn 1 went really quick. Moved up this unit here, moved over here, fired over at the Rhino and blew it up. Moved over here. Sarah's turn 1. Alright, Sarah had some fancy shooting between some Oblitz and her Havocs and wiped out 3 of the race over here. She did take some shots over there from the Predator, but I was able to get cover saves and call them off. My turn 2. Okay, so end of my turn 2. Basically, I fired some shots, but for the most part, killed a couple over here. Lord Squad made an awesome charge range, came in here to the Marines, took out a lot, they broke and ran. Moving on to Sarah's turn 2. Alright, Sarah's second turn, she basically wiped out the entire race squad and took the Lord down to 1 wound left. She pretty much just bombarded them with everything she had. Moving on to my turn 2. Turn 3. Okay, so my third turn, race swung over, assaulted the Pred and took it out. Lord charged in over there, knocked that squad down to 1. I took a couple of shots in the Lucius squad over here, but didn't do much. Moving on to Sarah's turn 3. Alright, so my Lord's still hanging in there. Lucius challenged him. My Lord put 2 wounds on him. He did nothing to me. That was pretty much about it. Moving on to my 4th turn. Okay, so my 4th turn, basically I killed an oblit with some fire. I threw my flyers off the board so they could come back later. Dropped the squad over here to hold the objective. Charged race over there, took the noise marines down. Lucius and the Lord are still locked in eternal combat, and she still has a Chaos Space Marine in there. Her turn 4. Okay, so on her turn, she basically brought down the rest of the Habitants to try to help out. The Mind Shackle Scarabs finally took Lucius down. She's down to a couple Marines over there. My Lord's kind of still in there with just 1 wound, and her 2 oblits. My turn 5 and probably my final. Alright, so my 5th and probably final turn, basically I cleaned up that squad over there. I fired every gun in my army to the oblits and only put 1 wound on them, so we're moving on to her 5th and final turn. Okay, Sarah's turn was awfully quick. She fired autocannons into that squad down there and didn't wound anybody. Moving on to my now 6th and final turn. Alright, so this one finally finished up. It took everything I had, every gun, again, to finally knock those blitz out. Great game. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Alright, so here I am at game 4. I am playing Matt. Basically, we're doing long table edges, same mission the whole way through, except no one starts on the board. So there's no deployment to show. Are you playing just straight up Ultramarines? Straight up Ultramarines. Alright, I'll get back to you after the end of my turn 1. Okay, so end of my turn 1, basically they ran on and turbo boosted. They moved 12 and then ran, and they moved 12 and then ran 1. He's loading his stuff up now. Moving on to turn 1, him, Matt. So end of my turn 2, all 3 of my flyers came down, but his cannon kind of intercepted me and took me down. Boys are sitting here waiting to come into reserve. Shot over there, killed 7 of the 3 snipers, but they get to keep on because Marnius is over here. Ran forward, took out one of the Thunderfire cannons, and Marnius took 2 from the resulting arc. Moving on to his turn 2. Alright, so Matt's turn 1, or turn 2, his flyer failed to come in. He did put a wound on the race, evaporated a couple over here. Marnius's orbital bombardment just missed, and he ran over here with his scouts. Moving on to my turn. Okay, so my 3rd turn, Race jumped over the wall, took out that Thunderfire cannon. Race jumped over the wall, took out that one. The Tech Marine were still alive. The 2 night sights came on and shot up that Marine squad, and the scouts are now gone. Moving on to his turn 3. Alright, so at the end of Matt's 3rd turn, he took down another flyer with that quad gun. I'm going to have to deal with that. His other one also came over and knocked off some hull points to kind of soften it up, but he did a good job killing it. And the Tech Priest punched himself in the face with Mind Shackle Scarabs. Moving on to my turn 4. Okay, so my 4th turn, basically, I fired into the squad and he went to ground to get the 2-up cover save, so that squad is now pinned, so I decided to charge the quad gun instead and took that out. His turn 4. Okay, so on his turn, he basically flew his flyer over here and annihilated one of my annihilation barges. Moving on to my turn 5. Alright, so at the end of my turn 5, basically I charged into Marnius' squad. I took out the flyer with the annihilation barge, who rolled the quadfecta 4 6s to hit a flyer. Beautiful. Marnius has got 1 wound. He killed my Lord in a challenge, but now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 race breathing down his neck. His turn 5.
So I'm like, well, I know it's annoying. How can I counter my annoying little...
Yep, that quad cannon did more damage than I thought it would. Alright, so this one's over. Basically, Marnius took 9 wounds, and one of them was a 1, which took off his final wound. So that's the end of the game. We'll look at the finals here when we're done.
We actually got 40K and Fantasy in. Woo! And we did manage to break over 27 people playing at one time.
Alright.
With some others that came in and out, Shane and that, we actually did top 30. And that comes down to the top 3. It was pretty close. It looks like 40K's just going to edge out Fantasy for 2 of the top 3. And unfortunately, I think the ringer might have been part of that.
I think he's outside.
Oh, okay. What we have is, to start off, in 3rd place out of the whole day. 2nd place overall in the 40K bracket. Tied records between Ed and Chad. Ed, you will just edge him by a couple of victory points.
Sorry, buddy.
So, if you would come up...
No, he's not.
What you need to do is go pick out at least, 2 paints? Or 3 paints?
Oh.
3 paints.
And here's a brush.
There's your brush, and what you were going to do is custom make your own dice. I suggest you get a hard coat as one of your 3 paints.
Yep.
And if you have any explanations, pick your favorite army and make some brand new dice. So next time we see you rolling, You can roll in style.
That's one.
There you go. Go get 2 more. There you go.
Okay. Taking second place. Unfortunately, sliding into second overall on the fantasy side, we are going to have Tom finishing out at 3-0-1.
Wow.
Tom. So the draw is going to hold you from the top overall. But you also, if you would, sir, go get 3 paints, take some new dice, get a brand new paintbrush from Norm, and there are going to be trophies with your names on it. And they will be available here at Norm's within a month.
Okay.
And that does leave our top overall. I think we know who. Even though he's Mr. Evil, Mr. Mean. Exactly. That's because you're evil and mean. So we must be talking about the well-dressed player of the day.
They give it to you because of the tie, or what? I guess so.
It's the shoes.
It's the shoes.
I thought it was the belt buckle.
No, I can't.
Oh,
Yes.
I like those.
It is the shoes. You have a new template holder, tape measure holder, your own dice. I expect to see some Tyranid symbols on these
Yeah, I
soon.
just want the hive thing on there. That's all I want.
Put the hive as your number 6. Go get 3 paint colors. You will have a trophy coming soon. I'd like to thank all of you now. Those 2 of you who took second place, which would be, well, third place and fourth place then, not getting awards, which would be, out of the fantasy side, Sean and Chad. We have a December event coming up. You 2 get to vote what we're playing.
Ooh.
I will tie break if you pick something different. We can do both 40K and fantasy singles event. We can do 40K and fantasy team events, or we can just do one or the other. What are your thoughts? Toss something at me. Apocalypse event. It's you guys' call.
So, here you
What's
have
that?
the painting class. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It does have to be gaming. I'm sorry.
I lose.
Okay, if you can buy the game here in Norm's store, we will try and play it on December 15th. Chad, your votes. Singles, doubles.
Marlboro team tournament.
Team sounds nice.
Okay, for 40K, we're going to have a team tournament on December 15th. What are your call? Are you?
Fine with me.
Do you want to do a fantasy team or just everybody join in on 40K?
I'm fine with that.
With which
With
one?
what?
40K.
Okay, you guys want to do a 40K team tournament December 15th?
Yep.
or random teams?
You guys prepare your teams, and if you can't find one, show up and we'll match you up. But if you want to pre-team it, use the Allies. The Allies rule will be in place, so pick one of you guys as the primary team. The other one will be the secondary team. The only one who's going to get something special is the Tyranids. Where are you at? If you can't find another Tyranid player, you may take an Imperial Guard.
Oh, I just want to take double FOC.
I don't think that's
No, you have to have a partner unless you bring a dummy. If you actually bring mutton chop or lamb chop, you may play both. But your one turn has to be 100% spoken through the dummy, and the dummy has to be able to roll dice. And no, you may not stick your hand up, Brent's.
Where's Donna?
The next one is the pre-Christmas one.
That is December 15th.
So, if they have little tiny hats, or you're wearing little Christmas hats, something will be better for you.
In your stocking.
So you've heard it from Norm. If your people are modeled with Santa gear, if you are modeled with Santa gear, there will be something better going on
We
in the
have a
game.
baby Jesus on his face.
If you want to have a nativity scene on the top of your Land Raider, kudos to you. If you want to have a baby in golden armor riding on top of your Land Raider.
Brad, what are the points
him.
cost going to be?
Okay, if we're doing team tournament, tell me if you think I'm wrong, gentlemen. Should we go 1,000 points a person?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the second vote. It's you two.
Yep.
Okay, since you didn't get the award, you get to pick it. So there we go. Any thoughts, any ideas? Then I would like to thank you all. Have a great day. I hope to see everybody December 15th. And for those who don't know, Johnstown, look for it on the calendar. The Art Center in Johnstown wants us to put one of these on in January.
Yeah, that's only 10 minutes from my house.
It is actually 3 blocks from Big Rick's house down there. It is 3 blocks from the Parrot Bay Cafe. It is a block from Ace's Lounge.
20 minutes from
So, we will be doing that, but we're also still going to run something out here, so I'll be getting with Norm in the library to run something in January, so we might have 2 come January. So the weather outside might be frightful, but rolling dice is going to be delightful.